Hey there, this is Ben Freer, and today I'm going to talk to you about the International Entrepreneur Rule, which was recently resurrected by President Biden. I've been learning about this rule and kind of looking into it as an option for some of my clients. So I figured I'd create this video and just give you a broad overview of this new option. So the International Entrepreneur Rule allows qualifying startup founders to stay in the United States for up to 60 months while they grow their company. And as an added bonus, spouses of qualifying founders can qualify for work authorization. Now this is great, but unfortunately, this option is not for everyone because the requirements are fairly difficult to satisfy. So I'd like to just briefly run through some of the requirements just to give you an idea of whether or not this option may be suitable for you. Now, in my opinion, the most difficult part of the International Entrepreneur Rule is actually meeting the definitions that are set forth in the regulations. And there are a lot of people who simply won't be able to meet those definitions. For example, you must meet the definition of an entrepreneur. Your company must meet the definition of a startup, and the outside investment in your company must be qualified. So first, let's talk about the definition of a startup entity. Under the regulations, a startup entity is defined as a U.S. business entity that was recently formed, has lawfully done business during any period of operation since its date of formation, and has substantial potential for rapid growth and job creation. An entity may be considered recently formed if it was created within the 5 years immediately preceding the filing date. So if your business is older than 5 years, you're out of luck. Likewise, if your business hasn't gotten much traction yet, it will be difficult to show that your company will grow rapidly and create jobs. Okay, so if you're comfortable with that definition, let's move on to the definition of entrepreneur. For the purpose of the International Entrepreneur Rule, you are not a qualifying entrepreneur unless you have a central or active role in the company, you are well positioned to advance the company, and you have a substantial ownership interest in the company, which is defined as 10% for initial applications and 5% for extensions, also known as re-parole. Now, these requirements are restrictive enough, but in my opinion, the most restrictive requirement relates to the investment. Essentially, in order for this option to work for you, outside investors must have invested at least $250,000 in your startup. Now, these investors can't just be anybody. They have to be qualified investors. And for example, a qualified investor is not going to be one of your immediate family members. Instead, a qualified investor is defined as an individual or organization that has invested at least $600,000 in startups during the past 5 years. And as a side note, it's important to know that a qualifying government grant can be used in lieu of or in addition to a qualified investment. So there you go. This is a new immigration option for entrepreneurs. I'm still learning about it myself. It's far from perfect. In my opinion, it's way too restrictive, but I think it is a step in the right direction. I'm always excited to see new immigration options for talented entrepreneurs who really do amazing things for our country. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you did enjoy this video, please like it or share it with someone who could benefit from it. Thank you for your time.